D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders. The ball on the tee, we're set for football, and we are underway from FedEx Field. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Dak going to start out going to the air. Man open. It's J.J. Arthega right side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 19 yards right off the bat. And a quick first down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 34 yards to gain that time, another first down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
That's good for 28 yards. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Elliott will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. First and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 24. Now a first carry here for Robinson. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in week 4, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Second down, Hal back to pass. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a first down Washington on a pickup of 18. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
Drop for a loss there on a nice effort by Osa Odighizuwa.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Powell. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Powell throwing on 3rd down here. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you've got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Cowboys. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. Marr on for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. They've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On first and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Hilton's first catch, good for a first down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Straight ahead, Gibson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll run with Gibson. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. 4th down. Howell. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with a football. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Off the play fake, Prescott. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. William Jackson with a pick. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Complete to Hilton. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Powell's throw complete there to Thomas. Touchdown! Logan Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders have got it back to within a score. Joey Sly on for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott, and they are able to add on to their advantage.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Lines up and lets it go for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now Howell. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
A handoff left, Elliott. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Play action now, Prescott. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Prescott to throw on 4th. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he is going to have the Cowboys' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Prescott now. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. On play action, Prescott. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust.
He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Howell to the air on 1st and 10.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Howell. Oh, batted at the line and intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a too many syllables. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
From the 29, Howell. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly in a bad way right now. Not so bad that you can call this one over already, but bad enough that you know you can't toss an interception to open the second half. This just ratchets up the pressure on this team's defense right now.
following the interception. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete.
So, CD, here we are. You look at how well this offense has played all year, 16-0. Now, in most years, they'd be at home right now enjoying time off, their perfect season, getting ready for the postseason. But this is the decade of the 2020, so that means 17 games are what's needed to get through a perfect season. Would a win here make them an all-timer for you?
It would. It absolutely would. And I realize we're not comparing apples to apples because of the length of regular seasons. But if you think back to the 1972 Dolphins, they were 14-0 in the regular season. 3 wins made them a Super Bowl champion, so they were 17-0 total. Imagine getting through 17 now and then continuing on and winning the Super Bowl. They're an all-timer team already for me.
Now Elliott. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Again, it's Elliott.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Cowboys take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover. They want to try and put points on the board.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
He gets it to Thomas. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Here's Hal to throw on 2nd down.
He's got a man, complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 39 yards there, a big one.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
1st down, Hal to throw. Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And this gain to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
Hal throwing on 1st down here.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
A carry now for McKissick. And he's brought down. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
QB sneak, and he is going to lose yardage here. This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal. Powell, 3rd and goal. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Micah Parsons with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
And he will step out of bounds, but not before he's all the way across the 50. A big play here for Dallas. 42 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And his pass incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. The 30. 10. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown. And maybe a small measure of revenge for this defense because they've been thoroughly dominated so far, but a brief bright spot there with that pick-6.
Seemingly coming up for air after being dominated as you described. They get a nice play there. Probably not going to change the balance of this game, but they have to feel a little bit better about themselves after that one.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that will cut this lead down to 25. And the Cowboys are able to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Back to it after the pick-6. Prescott. And he's going to lose yardage here as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Looking to throw. Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because As you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Powell. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell.
That's caught at the 25.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Marr now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score, Cowboys 56, Commanders 17.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, their defense has really struggled.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 25 yards that time.
On first down, Howell.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
2nd down, Howell now.
This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 34-yard line.
That's good for Washington. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Howell, he'll look to throw it.
And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
To throw again on 2nd down. Howell. That's going to be caught by Samuel.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
They will run it. It's McKissick. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
3rd and 1. How's going to throw it?
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
Fourth down, Howell, desperation time.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here's Howell. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want...
And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Marquise Bell.
He's at the 50, 30, the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Marr on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that...
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? this they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
47.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, kill.
Well, Prescott here to throw. And this is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Give him 30 yards there.
Even with the big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And he is going to lose yardage here. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Dak's going to keep it.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
The quarterback will keep it himself. And he will not make it to the goal line. It's his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately,
and my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing